I sat down with newly named CEO of Vouch, Christiana Yebra, to talk about some of the challenges she's faced while working as a female in business.
Speaking to the struggles, is for a long time, really, when people ask me, like, what mentors do you look up to, or which women and figures in business do you look up to, I really struggled to answer it because I actually looked to a lot of men. I didn't act a lot of women with a similar story. I related a lot more to more of the unique stories of men I had read.
It's tough to hear that a successful businesswoman had a difficult time finding other successful women she could relate to that followed similar paths to success as Christiana Yebra did. With only 7% of Fortune 500 companies having female CEOs, the idea of uber successful businesswoman isn't easy to come by. But success is not met without challenges. Despite males dominating most careers in the corporate world, Christiana felt more negativity from her female coworkers than her male ones.
So challenges along the way, like I got, in a weird way, I've been discriminated against more by other women than men. And that was really hard. And I don't even really like to say that because I feel like other women are always like, no, that's not true. But there are a lot of women who've experienced that mean girl mentality, some of the, the stereotypes you hear against women. I experienced that firsthand and I was so against it. I was like, no. I'm going to probably have to deal with all kinds of sexism. And that wasn't it. Like, it was really like it was this very strange kind of catty environment, which I wasn't used to. In the ER, you don't really get to have an attitude. It's literally life and death. So I hadn't really experienced that. And even in the startup, before that company bought us, I experienced that with a female co-founder who was older than I was and just really struggled with the fact that I was willing to roll up my sleeves and do the work and outwork everybody. And so I realized it was less about me and it was more about who was willing to receive or be receptive to my talent and my work ethic and not be intimidated by it, rather empower me.
After listening to Christiana's story of her challenges with female coworkers, it made me think, are women contributing more to the problem than we'd like to admit? Shouldn't we be celebrating each other's successes, not tearing each other down for them?
People are like the women I worked with before at the kind of corporate side when we sold our business. I don't think they were trying to purposely come down somewhere. But sometimes you just don't have the wisdom or maturity, no matter how old you are, to see where we could all really stand to have an advantage if we worked together and versus battling one another.
So my challenge is simple. When you see a woman, especially in your field of work, succeed, congratulate her, encourage her, celebrate every victory that comes her way, because one day you'll want the same.